Hey guys, so it's been about roughly 4 years since I initially released uh, my version 1 of this watch winder design, and it's come to my attention after I read some of the comments that the wiring that I have put on Thingiverse is not very clear. So I wanted today to just kind of break this apart and then kind of talk about how I wired it and kind of provide a better idea of how to wire this thing for anyone who's still interested. I do apologize for not posting anything for the last 4 years, but I do hope that I can start posting more things. Additionally, I wanted to let you guys know that I am working on a version 2, and hopefully it doesn't take too long, but we'll see. I've had a lot of ideas, and I've been thinking about how to improve this design for a very long time. So let's get into it. So I think one major design flaw is that I decided to put the screws for the front of the watch winder for the front panel. I decided to seat them super deep, which is hilarious, but also the fact that I'm using an Allen key and it barely even reaches. So definitely I will improve that in my next design. And then I also think the second major flaw is I decided to do all the wiring on one side, and it's not very easy to disassemble because I soldered it. So I definitely want to redesign this area as well to make it easier to assemble. Okay, onto the wiring portion. So first step is the latching switch. You have green on close, blue on normally open, black on A, and then red on LED. Just a close up so you can see better. So here's everything. And then moving on, I have the blue and red connected together in parallel, coming off of the latching switch. And then I also spliced 2 more wires, so blue, red. Then you provide power to the Arduino here, which is connected to VIN, voltage in. And then you have the other red wire going to the stepper motor driver board, going to the 12 volts input. And then you have 2 grounds coming from, one the Arduino and then 2 the board, and they both go to the ground on the jack input. And then afterwards you have, so I decided to choose, if you look at my code, I decided to choose pins 8, 9, 10, 11. So with my color scheme, or the wires that I chose, I have D8 yellow to input 1. I have D9 white to input 2. And then I have D10 green to input 3. And then I have D11 blue to input 4. So let me pull that closer. So here it is. Yellow to yellow input 1. Just make sure that you match it up correctly. And then of course you just connect the stepper motor to the board. So here are the major flaws about my watch winder that I want to fix. I set the bearings in a way where it was a little bit too, oh my gosh. I set the bearings in a way where they're kind of too low, so when I actually place this and then I install the stepper motor on the back, it doesn't actually contact the bearings, so it is just kind of hanging there. I'm planning to, I think it would be cool if I did like a spring-loaded system where I could push the bearings up and on all 4 corners or something like that to hold it in place. The other thing is kind of, I think it's not a great design that I have the wiring going through the side and you have to solder it in place or else you cannot wire the whole thing correctly. So kind of an oversight there, but in version 2 I will definitely improve on that. The last thing is kind of that the motor gets really hot in the back, and so in my original video I had to print everything in PETG because the stepper motor would get so hot that it started melting PLA. And honestly, I don't think I necessarily need to change that, but I think if I really wanted to, I could add some kind of fan system where it just would help cool down the internals. The last kind of thing is that there's a lot of friction between the cup and the panel in the front lid. And so I think the best way would be to do some kind of flush bearing. And so I will figure out how to implement that. And lastly, for the people who actually want to try building this thing, I have updated the spreadsheet for it, and the link should now be working. So a disclaimer before you guys go and build this. I designed this 4 years ago, so it's obviously not the best. I've become a lot better at designing. I do want to make a version 2, but it'll take me some time, so bear with me. I've pointed out many of the flaws already with my original design, so I will address all those issues in my next version. But if you guys want to build it, you can. I updated the spreadsheet link, and I also updated the wiring diagram, so that is available in Thingiverse. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a good one.